first thing we're going to do is find the student growth spreadsheet that to be used for our evaluation process. You can see here that I'm at the school website, mvths.org, and I'll show you how to find the spreadsheet. We're going to scroll down to Teachers Online, where most of our teacher resources are located. And for those of you who may not have logged into faculty resources before, this will be a little learning process for that. You'll need to go to the faculty resources and then log in. Our login here is staff at mvths.org, and then the password is relationship. Okay, so once we've logged in, I'm going to, at the top, we get a new tab that says Faculty Resources. So I'm going to click on Faculty Resources, and now you'll see on the left-hand side I've got several different options of documents here that these are secure, so only our teachers and faculty can see these on our website. The very top one here is Teacher Evaluation Resources, so I'm going to click there. You'll notice that all of the resources that you need for your evaluation, the full plan and every appendix, is located here. At the close to the bottom here, we have Appendix 36, which is Data Collection Spreadsheet. Now, fortunately, Mrs. Teifel has put together a spreadsheet for us so that you don't have to start from scratch. So I'm going to click on that spreadsheet that she's created for us. Okay, we've got a nice spreadsheet here for both assessments. So we have our Type A assessment, okay, which would be our map data, and we have a Type B, which is the data from the pre and post test that you've created. So what I'm going to do now is show you a couple things, couple features first. You're able to type in the first and last name. This would be your fall map, which would be the first map score. So for every student, everyone that took the first test will have a fall map score. So you'll enter that. I'm just going to put in a sample here. Okay, sample student. Let's say my fall map score was 220. And my winter map score, let's say it was 230. Okay, now when I hit tab or enter here, you're going to notice that Amber has programmed this so that it will do all the calculations for me. I just hit tab, and now it shows that I had a 10 point gain. That was an increase. And over here to the right, you can see my totals here. So this would tell me, as I put students in here, as I put their data, it's going to tell me the number of students who increased their score and the number of students who decreased their score, and then give me a percent. So she's done all that for us here. Now, if there's a student that for some reason or other that meets the qualifications for an exemption from being included, such as maybe the student moved in midway through the semester and for some reason doesn't have a fall map score. So let's say I don't have a fall map score. So yeah, it shows that I had a gain, but that's the student that I'm going to want to exempt from my scores because I don't have an original score, so therefore can't show growth. So yes, I want to exempt that person, and then I can say did not take the fall map test. Okay, so if there are exemptions like that, I believe one of the other exemptions is they have to be in class 80% of the time, so not absent more than 20% of the time. So those exemptions can be put in also. So the next part I want to show you is this is a very simple part, but instead of typing all of your student names in, there is an option. I mean, you can do that if you'd prefer to type your names in, but I'm going to show you a way that you can go to Skyward and just copy and paste the names out of Skyward. Okay, we'll begin at your teacher homepage in Skyward. You're going to want to go to the Teacher Access and My Gradebook. Okay, at this point you'll pick one of your grade books for your courses. So I'm just going to pick the first one here of the students' names that I want to populate. So I'm wanting to gather all these names for my spreadsheet. I'm going to go to Reports, all the way down to Class Roster, Okay, and most of you, if you haven't created a report before, won't have any reports in here. There are a few in this teacher's reports. So I'm going to create a report. I'm going to add a new template, and I'm going to call it Growth Spreadsheet, since that's what I'm wanting to use our spreadsheet for. And that way in the future when I come back I won't have to recreate it. It'll already be created here for me. I'm going to hit save, and then I can choose on our spreadsheet. The format is last name comma first name. Now you'll notice there's not one that's specifically that, so I'm going to pick the one that says last name comma first name. Also has the middle initial, but that won't hurt us any to have the middle initial in there. I can choose to have the ID displayed or not. I really don't need it for this example. You may want to do it. And there's all kinds of other things that I could choose, but I'm not going to go do that for this purpose. So I'll hit save, and then I have what's called growth spreadsheet. Notice over here I could print that, which will print those students' names, or I can export to Excel. So I'm going to go ahead and export to Excel, and you'll notice that popped up on my other screen there, but it's running the report. Okay, once it runs my report, I open it in Excel, and my first column here has student last name, first name, and then I will be able to take this information, and all I have to do is copy it. Oops. I'm going to use Control C to copy, and then I will paste it in my new spreadsheet. From this point I have my column copied, and so I'm ready to paste in my growth spreadsheet for my evaluation. So I'm going to move to my growth spreadsheet, and I'm going to leave a space here because I'm going to call it, I'm going to name my class. So I'm going to just Control V, paste my data in. Notice I have all my students. I'm going to put, that way you can separate the classes that you have. Here is my first hour, and then I could go back to Skyward and do the same thing for my next class and copy those names, paste them here, and make my second, third, fourth, so on. Okay, then I'm ready to populate. I'm ready to go through and put in their scores and have that completed for me, have all the calculations done for me here on the spreadsheet.